Right, I have taken a little break from building things to do a coronavirus antibody test. Now, I've received this in the post. I got a letter first from the British government asking me if I would be willing to participate in a study on antibody testing. And I don't know how many people they've gone out to. I don't think it's just me. It's probably a large number of people. It's in collaboration with the Imperial College London, and they are sending out antibody testing kits to people in the UK so that they can test to see how many people in the UK carry the antibodies for Covid-19. Obvious reasons why they want to know this. There is a covering letter. I'll cover up my name and address, and additional information along with a booklet on what they're going to do with all the information, and then a guide booklet which describes how to do the test. So I've had a little read through this booklet, but the basics of what I need to do are, I'll do these things in order. It's going to, at the end of the day, it's going to help us all fight the virus, so let's do it properly. So step one is to wash your hands. So I will go and do that in a minute before I open the box. Then there's going to be a couple of different parts in the box. There is a lancet, which is a stabby thing. I'm going to open that, and then I'm going to stab my finger. I'm going to stab my finger until I get a bit of blood. Once I get a bit of blood, I'm going to stick it on a little testing stick, which is like a pregnancy test. You don't wee on it, you just put your blood on it. And then there's another little bottle of liquid called the buffer liquid, which you put on another part of the testing stick, and then you wait. So once you've done that, once you've got enough blood on it, got the buffer liquid on it, you wait 10 to 15 minutes, and then you see the results. Once you've got your results, you take a picture of the testing stick, and then you upload, there's a website you go to, you upload the picture and put in what your result was. So it advises that you have a clean, safe place. That'll do. And a table, so I've got a little table here where I'm going to lay all the paraphernalia out, all the different bits out of the box. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and wash my hands. Okay, clean hands. So let's open the box. So what's in the box? There is a plastic bag. There is the actual rapid test cassette made by Fortress Diagnostics. There is a cotton wool swab. I'm guessing that's just putting your finger after you've done the test and it's still bleeding. There is a isopropanol, which is alcohol. I guess that's the alcohol wipe. As a plaster, bless. Awesome. Plaster for my poorly finger afterwards. Right, so this is the diluent buffer. I don't know if I've said that right. It's a tiny little bit of liquid. You only need 2 drops of this, it says. So obviously they haven't sent any more. What's interesting, I'm reading all the dates. So it's now September 2020 when they're sending these out. These kits were made in April, which is interesting because when you watch the news, there's been various information saying about what testing kits they have available. So in April they had the technology to be able to see if you had the antibodies or not for COVID. That's pretty quick. I didn't realise that happened so soon. Right, so these are the little spiky things. So you get one and then you get a spare one, and that's simply if one of these failed, basically you push it down and then it hammers a little needle in. It just does a little stab, and you get a bit of blood. Once you get a bit of blood, you then put it on the kit. So I'm to take the testing kit out of its foil wrapper, which I'm doing here. Probably not supposed to drop it on the floor. So this is the testing stick. So the area up the top here is there's like a blue line on it to start with, and then you get the blue line, I think, changes red, or you get additional lines further down it. There's the area here which has an S. That's where you put your blood. So that's how much blood I need to be putting on it. And then this area down here is where you, with a B, is where you put the buffer liquid, 2 drops of the buffer liquid. So that is ready. I'm going to also open, but not take out, the cotton. I'm not going to worry about doing my go worry about undoing the plaster. We'll see, I might put the plaster on. And what was this I dropped? Oh, it's okay. It's just a little packet of stuff to keep the moisture out of it while it's in the packet, so that's fine. Didn't need that. Right, so I am ready to go. So what I am just unlocking my phone. So what I am going to do, so just a quick run through. I'm going to take this, I'm going to take the top off, I'm going to alcohol wipe my finger, I'm going to stab my finger, get some blood out, put the blood on the little square here, make sure I've got enough on it, and then I'm going to open the buffer liquid, 2 drops, and then wait, and then put the plaster on my finger. Right, so alcohol wipe. I don't know why, I'm slightly nervous about pricking my finger. I mean, every time I do a project, or do something in the garage, I cut myself. Okay, just taking the end out of that. I'm just looking at it because it's got like a spring-loaded little needle in there, and I know it's going to stab me when I do things in the garage and I accidentally stab myself. I don't know it's coming, or I know it's coming. And then a few years ago, got a scar on his finger. I was holding something and I had a scalpel and I was gently trying to cut this thing, and in the end I found myself in a position where I was like this, and I slipped and I stabbed and I cut all the way down to the bone. I actually felt the scalpel hit the bone, sliced my finger right open, bled a lot, and it really hurt. That was a few years ago, and even so, actually, is why I'm picking this finger, because I don't really have any nerves in this finger. So even if it does hurt, I probably won't feel it anyway. Anyway, right, alcohol swab, cleaning my finger. I am going to take this little thing, push it into my finger, and hopefully it'll get through and we'll get some blood. Let's go. Right, it's done it. Ah, there we go. See, we're getting some blood. So it says you want to get a reasonable amount. It didn't hurt at all. It was like someone flicked. Literally like someone flicked my finger. There we go, right. Now, the tricky bit, actually, is trying to get the blood to go into this little bit. I mean, if you're squeamish and don't like blood, this bit's going to be a bit tricky. I'm going to try and actually drop some blood in there because I'm making a right mess of it. I'm getting blood everywhere. No, I think I've healed already. There we go. Right, I've managed to cover the little bit in blood. I mean, honestly, if you're a bit squeamish, you don't like blood, you're not going to love that bit. It didn't hurt at all, honestly. It was like being flicked. Not even as painful as pricking yourself with something accidentally. So I've already stopped bleeding within seconds. So, next stage, I'm going to open this little buffer liquid, and I'm going to put, just double checking, remove the cap from the buffer liquid and add 2 drops to the circular well. There's 1, there's 2. Once the buffer liquid has been added, wait for 10 minutes, but no longer than 15 minutes. Right, I've started the timer, but I'll move the camera, stick a time lapse on, and you can watch as the magic happens. Okay, so while we're just waiting for that to cook, I'll be very surprised if it comes up positive. Because back in March, which is when it all kind of hit in the UK, my work furloughed me. So I've been at home ever since, and my wife started working from home, and my son's school closed. So the 3 of us were in the house for the last 5 months or so, barely seen anyone. We're using masks when we go into shops. We started using masks going to shops before it was legal. You know, just like everybody else, trying to keep ourselves to ourselves. So if I've had it, or no, it doesn't mean that, does it? If you've got antibodies for it, it just means that you have antibodies for it. Doesn't mean you've had it. It means you could naturally have antibodies for it, maybe. I don't think anybody really knows that much, do they? Anyway, through the magic of television, I managed to get myself a coffee, go to the toilet, and looks like the test's done. See what it says. Hang on, before we do the results, I've got a drum kit in here. Ready, drum roll. I have a line next to a C. So what does that mean? Red line next to the C, your test result is negative if the line next to the C is completely red and there are no lines next to G or M. Negative, I do not have antibodies for Covid-19, which most likely means I've never had it, which is exactly what I thought. Doesn't really mean much to me. Nothing changes. Right, so now I just need to take a picture using the template and then upload my results. So, what does it mean? I haven't had Covid-19, I don't have the antibody, well, I don't have the antibodies for Covid-19. Doesn't really mean much to me, doesn't really make much of a difference. I'd be interested to see if any of you have had any of these kits and have had any different results. I mean, it's completely private, don't have to share it at all. But put something down in the comments if you've had one, if you got a positive result. Let's do our own little survey. Let's see how many of the comments say positive and how many say negative, and we can get a rough idea ourselves. That'd be interesting. I was going to say, if you like this video, like and subscribe to my channel, but I can't imagine many people would be looking for this video unless you have one of these kits and you're just interested to see how other people have done it. Or if you're not from the UK and you want to see what we're up to in this country. I don't know what will come out from this. I imagine it'll be another statistic. I'll keep an eye out for it, maybe do an update to the channel later to see what the national results were. But for now, life as usual, I'll just carry on. Please check out my other videos. I've got lots of information. I've got maker videos. I've got some vlog style videos. We've had days out with the family and just kind of had some fun. A lot of it has happened through the lockdown in the UK. So that's what got us into the videos. I'll upload another video which describes why I got into making YouTube videos, and it was all kind of brought on by this pandemic. So who knows, it could be a completely different life direction for me. If you've got any interest at all, then have a look at my other videos. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want more information on coronavirus tests. I don't have any others, so I'm not going to do any more videos on coronavirus tests unless I think I've got it and I go and get tested. I'll film that. But at the moment, no coughs, no temperature, so fingers crossed. Cheers.